I hope you guys are ready to play because I am Neon Gen and welcome back to Salt and Sanctuary. Now, we are going to continue on in the Ziggurat of Dust trying to make it towards our next boss. But while we're exploring this labyrinth, I do want to talk a little bit about something. I have been enjoying doing these little voiceover videos, and I wanted to keep doing them with plays like this where I think the gameplay is more important than my face, but I will still have some videos to record with my webcam. Now we make our way to the Dried King, and now this boss is an entry boss. He does a lot of fire damage and is weak to holy damage, which my scythe as well as the buff from the blessed pages deal out extraordinarily. I almost made up a word. And like most bosses in this run, he went down on the first try. Now, after defeating that boss, we go ahead and head up here where we are going to talk with this gentleman. This is a mage, and he is going to give us the Dart brand. It's a simple brand. It allows us to dash in midair, which will help us traverse the area a lot faster. Also, I wanted to bring up that I've been playing this game on my Switch because it is available on the Switch, just to get an idea of where things are and what else I can do with my build. And with that, I ended up using a different scythe that I can't use, even though I'm at like the end of the game on my Switch playthrough. But nonetheless, we leave the Ziggurat of Dust, and we go down to Kran's Pass. I forgot. Mispronounced the proper name, but we have taken this path because we are going to fight one of the optional boss, and probably the first one of the three. I think there's three or four, and that is Ronin Kran. Now, a lot of people that I have seen fight this boss talk about how easy it is, how he never fights back. And I'm sad to say that I died to him. It was not. He was a little difficult, but I think that's because I don't have the experience of fighting him. This is my actual first time fighting Ronin Kran. Now, I do give it another try, and I'm a little more successful with this one. Once again, going back to that holy damage. I'm not sure what Ronin Kran is actually weak to. I was aware of the Dry King's weakness because of videos like from the backlog and Sheen Shots. But either way, it worked, and Ronin Kran dies. Now, going past him, we find ourselves in the Ruined Temple. And I just want to say that this area is huge. It quite literally is a massive temple. There are two bosses that we can make our way towards, going either up or down from the area that we entered in from. And we're going to go upwards first to deal with the boss that's up there. However, before we go deal with that boss, after I do a little bit of exploring, we're going to go talk to that creepy little scarecrow once again, as he does provide a little stop before the boss. Doesn't know what I have done. No. I take the things I desire. I have taken so many things from so many people. Souls like scraps bound in dying flesh, I claim them. Kingdoms of dust and lies, petty princes, corrupt lords, I claim them. Riveting stuff. Now, after talking with him, we continue on down this tunnel, eventually making our way to a checkpoint that we can grab back inside the Ziggurat of Dust. And after grabbing this checkpoint, we will continue on and find ourselves at the Bloodless Prince. Now, I believe that I have fought this boss with my last playthrough, and I just completely forgot about him. But he is a really simple, big, and slow boss, and even on my first attempt, I was able to defeat him. Now, that is one optional boss taken down of three, I believe, or no, that'll be two, because I have Ronin, I have the Bloodless Prince. All I'm missing is can't remember her name right now. Now I go back into the ruined temple and make my way into a little hidden, semi-hidden sanctuary found just off the right over here. It's a nice little place where you can take a little breather. And I put on some offerings onto it because just outside the door, literally right outside the door, is the next boss we are fighting. And that boss is the Coveted. Now, if you have ever seen the backlog, Sheen Shots, or anybody that has played Salt and Sanctuary, you would know that the boss is the axe right here and not the ghosts that wield him. And might I say, this boss was a pain in my butt to try and defeat. With one ghost hitting you with magic attacks and the other one either joining in on those magic attacks or hitting you with the axe itself, it makes for a pretty difficult time. Although I continue to try my hardest, the holy damage that my scythe was dealing was not cutting it. And unfortunately, as you can see coming up here, I do eventually meet my end to this boss. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just didn't move. Now, another thing is that death isn't the only one that happens. Yeah, it was not my best boss fight, I will admit that. However, I still kept trying. My perseverance was undying, unlike my character who died a lot. Now, as I continued to try this boss, I started to learn the moves, learned when to dodge, even though there was quite a few times where I still got hit. But the outcome was always the same. I died. Now, I decided to visit our little hermit friend over here because he sells tainted pages. Stained pages. And the benefit of these is that the Coveted is weak to arcane damage. Now, although my scythe does holy damage, I can still apply the stained page and do the arcane damage. And might I say, with the trial and error of the fights before, and now with this power boost, this fight went a lot better than what I was doing. And like every enemy before me, they did fall. Now, I was a little scared at that last moment. I was vigorously, furiously, all in all, gripping my controller like my actual life depended on if I beat this boss. Now, with the defeat of the Coveted, I did do a little more exploring. I ended up finding out the location of the Betrayers, which is a sanctuary creed that you can do, but it takes a lot of steps to be able to get to it. So what I ended up doing was just trying to get an item that was down at its near the entrance. And with that drowned tome acquired, I was able to upgrade the Purifier into a level 7 weapon. And I was really happy that I was able to get this because now the scythe is the strongest in my inventory. And all I need is a King's Orders to upgrade the Flint and Steel, which I'm not sure if I did that in the last video, but it is something that I eventually got. If you're not aware what the Flint and Steel is, it is a gun sword, and it is amazing. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I hope to make more videos on Salt and Sanctuary and hopefully finish off the game. But join me later for whatever comes. This is Zen, signing off. Bye-bye.